All right, what's going on, everyone? Chris the Chef Sports Cards here. We are doing 2024 Donruss quarter case break number 173. Okay, so this is a website break, although there's a few people who bought the last couple teams. I think there were 6 teams left. We put them on eBay. So um, I won't go through our usual spiel and stuff. Although I will say to everyone who bought on eBay, most of you could have gotten these teams cheaper through the website. But one thing some of them may not know is we are giving the Pirates away in this break. It was set up that way on the website. So everybody who's here, everybody's got a team. All teams are in. We random them, and whoever comes out on top gets the Pirates for free. So for the few eBay people who are here, didn't know that. Surprise. So we're going to do that, figure that out real quick. Then we'll go over the teams, and we'll just get into breaking. Again, as always, thank you all so much for going to the website, using the website. Every month, we do more and more over there, and I appreciate it. We do have the free website break coming up. I actually had to move the date for anybody. I sent emails to everyone already. It's going to be on Sunday instead of Wednesday, so next Sunday. And we haven't confirmed everyone yet, so I did send out some more emails today to confirm. So check your email if you were towards the top there. You never know. You'd be surprised how many people you have to go through to confirm 30 people. It's shocking, to be honest with you. Some people just don't want free stuff. What can you do? What can you do? All right, so let's do a random. Figure out who gets the Pirates. I got us all set up here. Hold on a sec. All right. So here are all our teams minus the Pirates. No Pirates in there, right? Yeah, no Pirates. We're going to random 7 times. Whoever comes out on top is going to get the Pirates in this break. Good luck. Here we go. Number 5. And number 6. And lucky number 7. Here we go. The Braves. The Braves is Sam. That was Sam. That was an eBay team, too. So Sam, who's got the Braves, also gets the Pirates. Congratulations, my friend. Picked up a $150 team for free, my friend. There you go. All righty. Let's go back here. Go back here. What's up, Bryce? Rich, what's up, buddy? How you been? Haven't seen Rich in a while. Hiding on us, brother. But thanks for hanging out with us. I appreciate it. I feel a little crooked here. Okay, how's that? Better? Better. Okay. All right, so let's go over the teams. D-backs, Andrew P. Braves and Pirates, Sam L. Orioles, Joseph H. Red Sox, Andrew P. Cubs, Ben A. White Sox, Robert H. Reds, Dan H. Guardians. I'm sorry, Kenny D. Kenny D, I think it is. Bad handwriting, sorry. Rockies, Robert H. Tigers, Thomas M. Royals, Brian R. Astros, Peter C. Angels, Robert H. Dodgers, Matthew T. Brewers, Peter C. Twins, Chris F. Marlins, Robert H. Mets, Rich L. Yankees, Robert H. A's, Rich L. Phillies, Matthew T. Cardinals, Jay Thompson. Padres and Giants, Robert H. Mariners, Jacob C. Rays, Stephen K. Rangers, Robert H. Blue Jays, Matthew T. And Nationals, Peter C. All right. Let's open some cards. Good luck, everybody. So weird. I'm working with one monitor tonight. It's weird. I've been using 2 monitors for a long time now, so now just working with one, I feel like off. My one monitor isn't working for some reason. I think the wire's bad. I think I got to get a new wire for it. All right, here we go, everyone. Good luck. And everyone here, Andrew, Chris, Bryce, Rich, man, feeling popular tonight. All right, let's do it. Oh man, Frank Thomas hollow and Max Muncy to 149 for Oakland. So I was talking about this earlier during the Triple E break, which was crazy. We had like a majestic patch auto out of Triple E tonight. I swear to God, I like pulled a muscle in my stomach or something. Either pulled a muscle or have a hernia, one or the other. I don't know what it is, but I was saying, like, when I was 20, if I got hurt, I'd go like, oh yeah, remember I jumped off that roof, that's why my knee hurts. Now it's like, oh yeah, remember I took out the trash, that's why I hurt. Sedane Raphael and Roderick Arias. I was like doing some yard work yesterday. I was like, oh, I must have been from the yard work I did yesterday. I didn't do anything too crazy, just a little weed whacking and some trash and stuff, but now I'm all beat up today. Daniel Esposito and Nolan Ryan. What's up, Dan? How are you, buddy? Yeah, I've done that too. You want to hear one that's even more embarrassing? I have pulled a muscle peeing before. I swear to God. I had to let go so bad. It went so hard that I pulled a muscle in my stomach. Roger Arias. Now, where do you get that kind of truth out of breakers other than me? Roger Arias to 79 for the Yankees. That is not a lie. Yeah, here, I'll show. Oh, no, I put it. Did I put it away? Actually, we had two crazy patches in that break, and a gold Jackson Holiday. This was the majestic one. That thing's awesome. 1-1. And we had this Alec Thomas with that patch. That was the 7. I thought this was the first one we got. I was like, oh, what a sick patch. And then we pulled this one later. And we had a gold Jackson Holiday auto. Yeah, that's unfortunately very true. There was a time I was in shape. There really was. Rod Carew, not anymore. Kirby Puckett. Even just before COVID, I was just, I was a restaurant chef. I was a monster for a long time, Could do anything, work any hours, the whole 9 yards. Now I'm like, ugh, you mean I have to stand on my feet for more than an hour? This turned into a huge wimp in my old age. That's all there is to it. Josh Noth. There's something when you hit 50, man. It just, Telling you, don't do it if you can. You stay at like 45. 45 was all right. 50, you start feeling things you didn't know were there before. Westberg, Optic, and Ethan Solis to 275 for the Padres. When I buy running shoes, then. I was being really good last year. I was doing the treadmill every day and doing the hikes on the treadmill and this and that, and I screwed my foot up, and I haven't been able to. And it's just been this whole past year. I've just gained more weight and this and that. Ugh, I'm a mess. Ricky Tiedemann, 1 of 99. Oh, wait. 1 of 39. What am I saying? 39 on the Black Velocity. Ugh. I never thought I'd get to a point in my life when I thought about things before I did it. And what I mean is like, I've been a worker my whole life. I started working when I was 11 years old. I've always had a job. Paul Skeen's Marvels to 199. Very nice. Um, like I said, I was a restaurant chef for 30 years where I averaged like 110 hours a week. And, like, and it's just do it. You know what I mean? Like, didn't even think, just did it. Now I think I have to psych myself up to go mow the lawn. Yeah, like, do I have enough energy in me to mow my like 30 by 30-foot lawn out front? It's like a 15-minute job. And I sit there and I'm like, what is wrong with me? Like, just go do it. DeVries and Ortiz. Ugh. We had this, the front of my house, we have these big bushes and they're nice and they get trimmed every year. I always do them. And I trimmed them earlier in the year and they were fine. But we have this crazy like weed. Bryce Eldridge, Prospect Jersey King for San Francisco. You ever get one of those like a weed that's so big it like turns into a tree? Like, and the base of it, like I cut it off. I literally have to get a saw out to cut this weed down. And the thing comes back like 4 times a summer. And I turn around and all of a sudden it's like 10 foot up next to my house. And I really need to get back there and dig it out. But again, the energy problem I was talking about earlier. But I was out doing yard work yesterday and I saw it. And I just did it like a month ago. And here the thing's like 12 feet tall again. And Nolan Ryan, numbered 33 of 49. And again, I'm like, oh, God. Like, I got to psych myself up to get back there and take care of this thing. Ugh, what happened to me? Because I'd rather just be sitting here opening cards for you guys. That's why. I know. For anybody who's new to the channel, they're like, man, who is this dude? He's really pathetic. I think Kershtat. Dwight Gooden to 25. 12 of 25. Mets is Rich. Paul Skeens, Optic, and Vladdy. Everything Skeens is worth a fortune these days. Although we still haven't found a Skeens auto out of here yet. In the couple cases we've done, it's kind of disappointing. Got to run into one soon. Osmosis would, say eventually. Austin Wells and Noble Meyer refract or hollow. Holla. I know, right? It's pathetic. I have to like sit and think about things. Do I want to do this? Blake Mitchell, 79 of 199. Like, I really need to run to Wawa, but let's wait another 20 minutes. Maybe somebody else will go for me. My hope is like my wife or son will come down the stairs and be like, yeah, I'm running to Wawa. And be like, ooh, could you get me this while you're there? Pathetic. And for the Dodgers, Kendall George, rated prospect, hollow auto. Alvarez and Johnny Damon hollow. You think the same thing, right? What are the odds somebody else is going to go that I can then get out of doing it? That's funny. Dodgers, Matthew T. There you go, buddy. Nice Kendall George. Was that our first auto out of here? Yeah. We should have another auto. Tiedemann and Jackie Robinson. I just have the stupid Olympic song stuck in my head. Now, I was watching the women's road race this morning, the bike thing. Man, that chick from the United States, she was no joke. It's funny. Years ago, I actually know a good bit about bike racing of all things. I don't know. 151 of 275. Like, I don't know much about basketball, but I probably know more about bike racing, which just sounds weird to me. But so like 20 plus years ago, I had this surgery on my foot that put me down for like a month and a half in the summer. And the time when it put me down is literally when the Tour de France was on. And this was back in like the Lance Armstrong days. And say what you will about Lance, he was the man. But so I ended up watching it. I had never watched a Tour de France before, but like I was laid up. I had nothing else to do, you know, so every morning I'd watch. Brock Porter for Texas, numbered 81 of 99. And like I said, Lance Armstrong was, I don't care what he was on. That dude was unbelievable. So I learned a lot about it. And look, not that I seek out bike races, but I usually pay attention and watch some of the Tour de France every year when it's on. I just find it fascinating. And so this morning, I got up and the women's Olympic race was on and I was watching it. And the chick from the United States was awesome. Scott Rowland, Diamond Kings. She was like what's the word? Like, just like, she wasn't in competition until like 5 years ago or something like that. Johnny Bench. She used to just ride for fun, like in Central Park or whatever. And now the chick, like 10 years later, is winning a gold medal. It's like pretty crazy. But anyway, she was behind. Like, that's what's nuts about bike racing. If you've never watched it, like, you always get people in the beginning who like take off. Like, there's a huge front group, and sometimes they get like 15, 20 minutes out ahead of the rest of the people. And eventually they track them down. Like, you'd be like, wow, they're 20 minutes ahead. They're going to win this easy. And it doesn't usually work out that way. Zach Bean, it's usually a group like gets together and just like hunts them down. And the chick from the United States, man, nobody even knew who she was. She wasn't a favorite. She wasn't anything. And it was all like the big name people who were supposed to win. And she was with them. And they got to like the last 2 kilometers and she just took off. And they couldn't even do anything. Like, they didn't have any strength left. And man, she was gone. It was crazy. Tink Hentz, numbered 28 of 99. I have a ton of respect for bike racers, man. My neighbor does it. And it's funny. We were just talking about the Tour de France, he and I, last week. My neighbor's a professor, and he's like in his 40s, and the nicest guy you ever met in your life. Also one of the stranger people you've ever met in your life. I couldn't even begin to get into it, but think like professor as, you know, stereotypical as you can imagine, and it's basically him. You know? But his big thing is he does like Ironman triathlons and does all kinds of crazy stuff, and he's good. He's really good. There is a Bill Matlock that is numbered 128 of 149. Nolan Ryan. So he does a lot of races, like kind of regionally, you know, and locally and stuff like that. And he wins all the time. And it's funny, like we were talking about last week. I said, well, you're really good. He's like, no, I'm not good. Like, what do you mean? He goes, yeah, I'm good locally, like regionally, like in the Philadelphia area. You know, I win or come in second in a lot of races. But he goes, I go up against like those guys on the USA team and stuff. They beat me by like 20 minutes. And I'm just like, really? Because I've seen him ride. Like, he's good. And he's like, he's like, I can't even, he's like, I couldn't even be the last guy on one of those teams. They're so good. And it's funny too, because the reason we started talking about is I was joking with him because he's like so skinny, you know, like most bike riders are. He's like, he weighs like 110 pounds soaking wet, this guy. And I told him he looked fat to me after looking at those guys in the Tour de France, because those guys are like disgustingly thin. All right, let's see. Heston Kerstedt, and there's old Leo de Vries, 275 for the Padres. It says international, but he's on the Padres. Your girl from your home state there has done pretty well. Chris, isn't that who you were rooting for? The gymnast, the Asian girl? She's from Minnesota, right? Jacob Wilson and Everson Pereira. Yeah, man. Start riding a bike. Yeah, if you want to lose weight, that's a great way to do it. Although I'd probably get killed on the road by someone easily. Here, I'd career retrospective short print. I'd be that guy. I know another guy too, a kid who's my son's very good friends with, has like grown up with his whole life. His dad's a lawyer and he's a bike rider. And that dude goes out like 3 a.m. every day, like 5 days a week to ride. And I'm like, and then comes home, takes a shower, and goes to work. And I'm like, like, how far did you ride? Oh, I did 75 miles this morning before work. Why don't you just ride to work? Like, wouldn't that be easier? Like, instead you got to get up at 3, 4 in the morning to go for a ride. Nah, that's okay. That's commitment right there. Yeah, those swimmers, man. Those girls, especially those girl swimmers, man, they are built. Oh my gosh. I'm like, be honest, they're scary. That Katie Ledecky chick, I'm telling you, if you look at her from behind, you would have no idea if it's a man or a woman. Like the way her shoulders and everything, like her shoulders are so wide, man. Like that is insane. Numbered 8 of 25 at Chase Dollander for Colorado. Colorado. Robert. There you go, buddy. The swimmer. Which swimmer, Chris? I don't know who's from my area, to be honest with you. De La Cruz Optic. It is fun to watch, though. It really is, especially because you get to see stuff you never see. You know, I was saying yesterday, I was like watching pistol shooting. When the hell am I ever going to watch pistol shooting in my life? Like pistol shooting, I'd probably ever see somebody shooting at me. That's about it. Larry Walker and Griffey. Griffey and Cowser to 275 for Baltimore. I'll tell you what, some of those distance runners are really, really pretty, really hot. Like some of the track and field like distance runners are, wow. The guy from the Philippines won a gold medal in the gymnastics, and they were saying this morning that they get like $1 million for winning. They've only ever won like 2 gold medals in the history of the Philippines, his being the second, and they basically get like $1 million American for winning. They get a fully furnished house and apartment, and like they said the whole list of all the stuff they give them if they won a gold medal. And this guy's now won 2. He won another one today. Aiden Miller Hollow. He's like set for life, that dude. Acuna to 199 for the Mets. I don't think my son was saying that like Americans get like 35 grand or something like that. Like it's not crazy amount of money. I mean, I guess if you win a bunch of medals, it could add up, but a lot of other countries, man, if their people win, they give them, you know, They make them like set for life. Wakefield and Ripken. I mean, I get it, especially for countries like never won a gold medal or was only won once, you know. Um, but I don't know. They got a lot more medals to pay for here too, I guess. So I guess they can only give them so much. I guess their real money is in endorsements and stuff like that. George Sisler and Edgar Martinez. Because, you know, like we'll see that Landecki girl be on everything starting next month, you know, from Wheaties to, you know, you name it. She'll be, you know, Oil Volet commercials or whatever. Orvelis Martinez. And, Brady House Marvels. Donruss is going through the roof, man. You guys seen the price on this stuff now? It's insane. Did last year too. Same thing happened last year too. Mason Wynn and Timur Johnson. Mostly Skeens is driving it this year, but Frank Thomas and Novelli Marte to 149. Oh, so I was going to tell you guys, especially because of the website. So there's a real possibility I'm getting screwed on Leaf Trinity. I was supposed to get 2 cases, and now it looks like I'm getting like 4 boxes, which is an argument I have to get into tomorrow. But I know I'm definitely getting a few boxes, so I'm gonna post on the website a hit draft for whatever, you know, loose boxes I get, and then I have to start fighting for the cases. But so keep an eye out for that. We'll have a Leaf Trinity draft or hit draft up on the website. I'll probably put it up tomorrow. David Ortiz, number 21 of 49, Bomb Squad. I'm telling you, man, Panini loves to screw with me. I don't know what it is with them. They cut my allocation every time with some, or not Panini, GTS. Like, no matter what I get from them, there's always something. And then half the time, they just send me stuff they don't even tell me about. It drives me crazy. Zach Nito, Jersey Kings for the Angels. It's on its way. Finest is on its way. I think I'll have it tomorrow. Angels is Robert. I told you guys they pushed, which I don't really even get how they did it. They had the shipping for Pro Debut, like labels already listed on the site, and then they pushed it 2 weeks. So it's really strange. Like, why they wait so long to do it. Brady House Gold rated prospect for Washington, number 9 of 10 for Peter. Like, as far as I knew, it was already being shipped out, and then they came out and said, "Oh, it's coming out the 23rd or whatever." So, Frank Thomas and Tiedemann. And you guys get your packages from last night? You like the little top stickers that were in there? I had to sit down and cut those one by one. I got a whole roll of them. And I was like, how am I going to give these out to people? I have to sit down and cut them. But I thought they'd be cool to send out. Why not? Otherwise, they're just going to sit around here and take up space. Scott Rowland and Jackson Holiday Marvels. I tried to get them into most. I know I missed some, so if you didn't, keep an eye out. I still have more. I'll be sending more out. They're just like 2024 Topps baseball stickers. And like I said, we did get Jackson Churio Holler. We did get our trading card day stuff this week too, so we'll be sending some of that stuff out this week also. Oh, it didn't come in yet? Yeah. Oh, really? You didn't get it yet? Well, make sure you check your boxes and stuff because I threw them in a lot of the boxes. Hauser and Buster Posey. And for San Diego, Dylan Head, 19 of 49 for the Padres. For Robert Kerstadt and Bobby Valentine. Yeah, you had a little one this week, Chris. You only had a couple in there. I sent you that card. You got it, right? The guy you wanted from whatever the hell his name was. I can't even remember his name. I just put it aside and put a note on it that said Chris. I couldn't even remember who it was. From that mosaic break or whatever it was. What is that? Jeez. Like dirt in that box. Nice. Nice. All right, box number 3. Oh, because you work Thursday? Alvarez and Kevin Parada to 275 for the Mets. All right, cool. I had this one guy. Ugh, I'm telling you, there's always someone. So, like, you guys know, I mean, especially because a lot of you guys are regulars and use the website and stuff. Like, I just kind of got to the fact that if we do Thursday through Sunday, I just try to combine the whole weekend for you guys, for shipping and stuff like that. So, unless there's a reason to or whatever, I usually just, go Thursday to Sunday, do all the shipping Sunday and Monday and send it out. And that way we can combine shipping and do this and do that. I had this guy on me last night. Did you ship my cards yet? From when? He's like, from Thursday. I was like, well, no, I usually wait until, Drew Jones to 199. I say we wait till Sunday night. That way we can combine any shipping from the weekend. Oh. Well, I'd like it if you do mine now. And I'm like, I'd be happy to do it for you now. You realize it's Saturday night at like 1 in the morning. Whether I do it now or do it the way it's basically going to go out at the same time. It's so weird. It's a really strange conversation. I think the guy might have had a couple drinks in him or something. All right, I'll do it for you, no problem. And it's funny because his cards were ready. Like they were, already sorted and wrapped and labeled and everything. I'm just waiting to get the rest of the stuff from the weekend. And I guess he didn't buy in any other days. So Santana and Dalton Rushing. But I don't know. Then he started asking me about Chrome cards. This is like 2:30 in the morning last night. He's like, or Sapphire. He's like, you have any Sapphire cards? I was like, I just sent him back a Henry Davis. I just sent him back a question mark. Like, yeah, like something in particular you're looking for? He's like, no, I just like Sapphire cards. Do you have any I could have? I didn't even answer him. I was like, really, dude? Yoshida and Noah Schultz, 149. Did I ship? Yeah. Did you ship this break yet? Which one? The one you're doing right now? No. We're working on it. Amazing. That's why, like, every once in a while, like once in a blue moon, if you look at our feedback, we get somebody be like, this took forever to get. And I'm like, really? Because there's 50,000 other feedbacks that say quite the opposite about our shipping speed. Like, but some people, they just want to, they just want to leave bad feedback to leave bad feedback. Like, you can't do much about it. But that's my favorite, when they complain about the time it takes to get it. And I'm like, really? Quinn Priester, Aiden Miller. I'm like, why don't you read any of the other 25,000 feedbacks there that every one of them says ships fast, Zanatello and Chipper Jones, 8-time All-Star. Yeah, I'll bet. Oh, I bet you get all kinds of crazy stuff at work, Chris. I can't even imagine working in a casino, the shit you hear. Kyle Harrison for the Giants, Jersey Kings. Matos and Geloff. Yeah, we had a weird weekend. We pulled a 1-of-1 Mason Wynn Jersey Kings the other night. That was crazy, a little patch in there. You would think, like, if they're doing a 1-of-1, they do a bigger patch. Like, just say, look, there's only one of them. Like, can't do this one a little different. But it was cool. It was very cool. Austin Wells and Johan Santana to 275. I was telling him last night. Inevitably when we did the random the other night. I got people who emailed me and complained afterwards. Oh, that was fixed. What was fixed? The random. Really? Paul Skeens rated prospect. Okay, how do you figure? Like, I get that every time. Every time we do a free break, you get the fixed thing from a couple people. Then you get, I never win. The whole woe is me, I call it. Oh, I never win. I don't know why. You shouldn't even put my name in. I never win. Like, I'm all of a sudden going to go, okay, I'll give you a spot, Ricky Tiedemann and Sebastian Walcott Marvels to 199. Skeens jersey to 99. Yeah, we pulled one of those last week. They sell all right. They go for like $75, those things. Anything Skeens is selling like crazy. I got to be honest. I first of all, I talked about this last night. You're taking a huge chance investing in any pitcher. I don't care who they are. I mean, pitchers, they have to win like 8 Cy Youngs and go to the Hall of Fame before they have any real value to their cards. So like right now, anything I pull Paul Skeens would go directly for sale. Like, I can't imagine, unless this guy, starts having 30 win seasons or something, that his stuff is going to get much higher than it is right now. I mean, traditionally, pitchers just don't go for value like that, So it's while he's hot and while the prices are up there is when you take advantage of it, That's what I would do anyway. Because, I mean, if you look at, I don't know, say the top 10 pitchers of the last 15 years. Tyler Gentry for Kansas City. For Brian. I mean, barring like the 1-of-1, their first Bowman or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, we're just talking about like an everyday auto, or usually you can buy them for $50, $60, whatever, Kershaw and people like that, or Hell, look at Blake Snell is a perfect example. Guys won 2 Cy Youngs. You can probably buy his auto for like $8. You know, it's so funny because I'm always amazed when people are like, "Oh, I love this pitcher. I'm buying a lot of his stuff." I'm like, and that's fine if you're keeping it, but if you want to make money off it one day, it's not advisable because unfortunately, some guy you've never heard of is going to come along and hit like 5 home runs in a week, and his cards will be worth more, which is just ridiculous. I know, but it's the way the hobby works. Colin Houck. Emmett Sheehan and Roman Anthony to 99, 48 of 99. That's the one. See, that's where the gambling aspect of cards comes into play. Everybody sees like, the orange Mike Trout, 2010 Mike Trout sell for $4 million, and everyone's looking for that next card. And yeah, granted, there's somebody out there who's going to be worth it. Obviously, Mike Trout's not a pitcher either, Um, but like when you say to people like, "Yeah, I want to," this is probably the best he's going to be, value wise and stuff, and they're like, "No, no, 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 I'm holding on to it one day, like he's going to be the next Brady or." But that's so rare; it's hard to call it. You know what I mean? Diamond Kings Roberto Alomar for Toronto. Ryan Braun. I mean, this guy's probably the exception right now, but I mean, only because he's a hitter. I mean, like, and honestly, his career has to stay at the level it's at all the way through for him to stay extremely valuable. But even at that, if he only pitched, yeah, he'd be valuable, but not what he is. It's just because he hits. Money's in the offense, baby. Money's in the offense, right? Defense wins championships, but people like to win championships. They don't like to know how they do it. Robert Hassel and Bobby Witt. Yeah, that's the problem too. Like somebody said it last night. What happens when Skeen gets TJ surgery? It's gonna happen. I mean, if he gets TJ and comes back and isn't like better than he was when he left, that's it. Ooh, 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 ooh. Nice Jackson Churio from Milwaukee. Very nice. Peter. There you go, buddy. Rated prospect Jackson Churio auto. That's the weird thing too about. I mean, again, Blake Snell is the perfect example of this. I mean, the guy is how old is Blake Snell? I mean, he's been in the league for what, 7, 8 years? I don't honestly know. Maybe a little longer, maybe a little less. He's won 2 Cy Youngs already. Um, and he just pitched an no the other day. I mean, the guy's certainly talented. There's no doubt about it. For some reason, it seems like not a lot of people want him on their team, so he must be a bit of a jerk. I don't know, but okay. So say he wins 2 more Cy Youngs in his career for 4, which you would imagine would line him up for the Hall of Fame. But I mean, and granted, I guess I know I'm just guessing, but conservatively, you know, what are his cards going to sell for one day? $100, I mean, if you took an offensive player who had the same kind of accolades, they would be worth 5 times that. Is he 31? Really? He's 31 already? Wow. I thought he was a little younger than that. Did he come out of college, Blake Snow? He must have, right? Because he hasn't been in the league that long. He wasn't a high school pitcher, was he? Or was he in the minors for a long time? Johnny Damon and Abner Uribe. 31. I mean, if he was a college pitcher and came out his senior year, he'd be, what, 22 or something like that? A couple years in the minors. That would make sense. Came up in 2016. What are we in now? 2024? So, yeah, 8 years ago. Yeah, this is about right. That's what I thought. But still, I mean, if he's been in the league for 8 years, he's 25% of the time he's been in the league, he's won the Cy Young, which is pretty impressive, to be honest. Oh, poor Tim Wakefield. Tim Wakefield Gold, 3 of 10. Rest in peace, buddy. Boston is Andrew. Here you go, buddy. What a crazy story that is. Then his wife dies like 3 months after he does. Like, oh, those poor kids. Ichiro career retrospective. Soderstrom, Oakland. I mean, seriously, in the last 20 years, I'm sitting here trying to think of pitchers like I want to invest in the last 20 years. I mean, I can think of pitchers from vintage I would want to, like Nolan Ryan or something like that. But like, guys in the last 20 years that, I mean, I brought up Kershaw last night. He's a perfect example. I mean, he was like the guy for how long. I mean, I don't follow Kershaw, but I mean, I'm shocked he's still around, to be honest with you. But I mean, the dude's had a hell of a career, and I mean, his stuff's not crazy expensive to buy. You pay a few dollars, but nothing. I don't know if it's commiserated with his career. That's for sure. Carson Williams for Tampa. Tampa. Jake. Really? Blake Snell came out of high school? Did he really? So how long was he in the minors then? He must have been in the minors for a while. I mean, if he came up in 2016, he's 31, so he was what, like 23 when he came up? He must have spent like 4 or 5 years in the minors. And not that that's odd. I don't know. I don't know why I didn't think he was that old. It still says there's going to be something with that dude that people don't like or something. It took a long time to sign him this year. I don't get that. Ichiro Pink Velocity for Seattle, 73 to 79. And then they were just talking about trading him. There was a lot of talk around San Francisco getting rid of him. 2011. Huh. So 5 years in the minors. Well, he's paid his dues. I'll give him that. Marcelo Mayer. Look, it's nice to see a first overall pitcher work out for once. It's been a while since, like the last, between Casey Mize, who, hasn't done much, and he had to have TJ, right? Who was before him? Jackie Robinson and DePaula to 2020, or I'm sorry, to 275. Oh God, why can't I think of his name now? He was the number one overall pick. I don't ever think he even made it to the majors. The other one who played for the Phillies for like 2 games. Oh God, here I go with my names. I can remember the people, I just can't remember their names. Yeah, no, Scooble's good, but he was the number one pick. That's what I'm saying. I'm just talking about number one picks. First guy taken in the draft. I mean, what's his name? Scooble's great, and there's a lot of other great pitchers who have gone early, but, when a guy goes first, number one overall as a pitcher, I expect him to be like, all right, I'm ready, and honestly, Skeens was pretty much. I mean, yeah, of course they're going to pitch some in the minors, but what's his name? The one who was with Houston And he was with the Phillies for a while. He never did anything. He was the number one overall pick. Wakefield to 99, working the rainbow. God, what the hell was his name? Took him like 10 years to get and he finally pitched like 2 games, and that was his whole career. And he was the number one pick. The guy before him was the number one pick. He never even made it to the Major League Baseball. Oh, God, I can see his face. I can't think of his stupid name. Mark. Oh, what's his last name? His first name's Mark. Mark Appel. Mark Appel. That's it. He was the number one. He was the number one pick. Look, I mean, traditionally being a number one pick is not the best thing in the world in baseball. You know, not a lot of them do great. Some of them do great, but not a lot of them do. 55 of 99 for Detroit. How you Lee? Mark Appel. Thank you, Ben. Yes, that's who I was talking about. Mark Appel. The other one, I know I'm not going to remember his name. He was like 2013 or 14 number one pick. He was a pitcher too. And I mean, he did nothing, that dude. I don't think he ever made it out of like double A or something like that. And look, who's to say Casey Mize could still become something? I don't know, but like sometimes I think with pitchers, well, baseball in general, is such a mental sport. You know what I mean? And I feel like, especially with pitchers, if they hit some adversity, have TJ or have some kind of surgery and injuries and whatever, like it is real hard for them to get back to where they were, you know. Dylan Cruz and Frank Thomas. Appel's out. He's gone. He was actually on a podcast like 6 months ago or so. There was this great thing I watched on YouTube. It was a complete accident. Just came up because of stuff I watch, and this guy did like a half-hour show on number one draft picks from Randy Johnson and Adam Wainwright to 149. And he did a show from 2010 till now, all the number one draft picks, where they are, what success they had or didn't have, you know. And he talked about Harper and how everyone hated him and this and that, and blah blah blah. But I don't know who did it. I don't think it was like ESPN or anything like that. I think it was just some guy who does sports stuff, and it was really interesting. And he talked about Mark Appel and that, and was like, you know, he's out. He's doing podcasts now and stuff like that, you know. Owen Murphy to 199 for Atlanta. Brady Aiken, that was it. Thank you, Rich. Brady Aiken, that's the name I was thinking of. Well, the person I was thinking of, the name I couldn't remember. Brady Aiken, yes. That's another one, you know. I mean, I realize that, look, sometimes the number one pick gets taken not because they're necessarily the best player. You know, they might be the best player for the situation, for the team, especially because of the whole salary slot thing they do and everything in baseball. Like, and look, to a player, I realize it's money. That's all it's about. The higher you get drafted, the more money you make. But I'd like to be, if I was that good at baseball and was getting drafted, I'd be just fine with going like 9th or 10th. You know, that'd be cool with me. Pudge numbered 50 of 99 milestones for Texas. Yeah, with Moniak. But again, in defense of Moniak, that was a bad draft class, and I think he was one of those. And look, this is just my opinion on stuff that I've read or whatever. Even when that draft happened, they were like, yeah, this kid's not a number one pick. You know, but I think it had something to do with the salary cap and his spot and this and that, whatever. And like, it just wasn't a great draft class. I mean, there are guys eventually who became really good out of it, but at the time, I think he was kind of the best of a bad situation from what I read. But, you know, we've talked about it here before. You know, they also want to get someone that they think can make it to Major League Baseball so they don't embarrass themselves, you know, by taking someone who never even makes it. James Woods. There you go. Nice one there. Prospect Jersey Kings for Washington. Yeah, Brady Aiken was a huge disappointment. It's funny. I think about Trout, who was taken what, like 22nd or something like that, whatever he was in his draft. And okay, say what you want about Trout now with his injuries and this and that, whatever, but the dude was an amazing baseball player. Is an amazing baseball player. He was playing amazing this year before he got hurt. But he's getting a little long in the tooth, and the injuries are piling up and this and that. But nobody, when they drafted him, thought he was going to be what he was going to be. I'm so happy for the kid who's friends with my son. I mean, he is killing it. And look, he was upset. Here's a Jackson Churio 147 of 149. I know he was upset with where he went because he was projected to go in like the 10 to 20 range in the first round, and he ended up going in the compensation, first round compensation. He was like 33rd overall. And yeah, it cost him some money, cost him a couple $100,000 in signing bonus. He's still got like $2 million or whatever he got. But to be honest with you, kid is killing it in the minors, making his way quickly towards Major League Baseball. He's a huge prospect. He's already in the top 100. Um, and in a way, you kind of wonder, well, maybe some of the pressure's off a little bit if you're not quite so high. Brock Porter, 43 of 99. Yeah. Well, I've talked about this before, and this isn't baseball, this is football, but there was this great article years ago I want to say it was the Sporting News or something like that. And they did a breakdown of the NFL football draft over its entire career, where the most successful players came from and which rounds were best and which rounds were worst. And the first round was far and away the worst round of the history of the NFL draft. I mean, it wasn't even close how many guys did nothing in the NFL out of the first round. Bryce Eldridge and Heston Kjerstad. Whereas the best round was the seventh round. Some of the other ones were close, like the third round or whatever. And the best was, even better than the seventh round, was free agency. Guys who were non-drafts, non-draft pick free agency. Because there's a ton of guys in the Hall of Fame who weren't even drafted, you know? But, hey, speaking of the devil, there he is, Kevin McGonigal. It is amazing how, they come from these large programs or these big schools, and I think that has a lot to do with it too. The Ohio States, and again, I'm talking about football here, the Ohio States and Penn States and Tennessees and Alabamas, they get so much attention that, you don't need to you just need to be good on those teams to get a lot of attention. You don't have to be a superstar necessarily to be considered good. 183 of 199. And then when they go to the next level, they're not quite there. And especially in football, because they don't have a minor league, like they do, at least in baseball, they have levels to go through. I mean, look, I've said this before. Anybody who plays any level of professional baseball is a phenomenal baseball player. Even if you play just single A, you're a very good baseball player. It's not, but getting from single A to double to triple to the Major League Baseball, it takes talent and work. Kyle Harrison and Bobby Miller. Some got it, some don't. I always think of Kobe, when Kobe came out of high school and goes to the NBA, and people say, oh, what a talent he was. And he was an amazing talent, amazing. But I can tell you, I mean, because honestly, he played in my backyard here. I mean, it's the high school we went to is literally down the street from me. He was phenomenal. He carried the team. They won state championships. They did all this. But if you said to me, can that kid today go play in the in NBA? I'd been like, I have no idea. He's good. And yeah, he did. He proved himself, but for the few Kobe's that are out there in the world, there are literally hundreds of guys, who came out of high school to try and make it in NBA and, went nowhere. Went nowhere fast. All righty. I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. As always, couldn't do this without you guys. And again, you're visiting the website means the world to me. And let me put a little hit recap together here. And then we will get out of here. I was talking the other day too. I have some Topps Chrome Mega boxes coming. They're being released this week. We're gonna post those on the website. So I'm trying to get it up, but get them posted by tomorrow. I'll send an email out when they go up, but I don't know. Not enough hours in the day, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, let's see. These guys. These guys. Got a million parallels here. All right, let's do a hit recap for 2024 Donruss, a quarter a case break number 173. A couple of career retrospective short prints, one for A-Rod for New York and one for Ichiro in Seattle. This is the best Paul Skeens card I believe we got. The to 199 Marvels. We did have an optic and a few others too. Numbered parallels. I'm just gonna go. I'm not gonna go through all the numbering, but Porter, Wakefield, the Ichiro to 79, Alomar short print. Oh, there's a Paul Skeens rated prospect there too. That was a good one. Brady House gold to 10. Scott Rowland Diamond Kings. Dude, those Diamond Kings. Dwight Gooden to 25. Ricky Tiedemann to 39. Roderick Arias to 79. Those Diamond Kings fall like one every like couple boxes. Tim Wakefield to 10. All right. Those, of course, will all be top loaded. Patches and relics. Jersey King Kyle Harrison for San Francisco and Bryce Eldridge also for San Francisco. Zach Nito and James Woods for Washington. And then autographs. Kendall George, rated prospect for the Dodgers. Tink Hence for the Cardinals, number 28 of 99. Chase Dollander for Colorado to 25. Dylan Head to 49 for San Francisco or San Diego. Tyler Gentry for Kansas City. Very nice little Jackson Churio, not numbered. Carson Williams for Tampa and Hadu Lee for Detroit, 299. And that is going to do it. All right, folks. Again, thank you so much for going to the website. I do truly appreciate it. We will get these out to you as quickly as we can. Keep an eye on the next day or so for some new stuff posted over there. And, everybody have a wonderful week. Also, again, just a reminder, I rescheduled the free break from Wednesday to Sunday, and I did send out more emails today to confirm more people. So check your email, especially if you were, close to the top on there. I still have like 9 or 10 slots to fill, so we'll keep making our way down the list till we get it all filled up, and then we'll do that break next Sunday night. All right, guys, everybody have a wonderful night. I'll talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye. I'm not numbered. Uh,